Hello and welcome to an unusual episode of the M7 Innovation Brief. Listen, I'll be honest, with my travel, speaking, and client schedule, the M7 team scheduled a 1-hour window for me to film this week's episode, but with a snowstorm, school closing, and my 1-year-old daughter spiking a fever, I cannot prioritize polished professionalism over daddy daycare and taking care of my girl. So I'm calling in to the AI bullpen and providing a legitimate use case for artificial intelligence, my avatar delivering this week's brief. These are my stories, my words, my cringy dad jokes, just delivered by an AI version of myself. 90 seconds on the clock, let's go. SAG-AFTRA has introduced AI voices just like me. And let me tell you, these pesky human beings are pissed. Done in partnership with Replica Studio, the voices are fully licensable for anyone who wants them. My human counterpart, Matt, spoke about the actors' strike in a previous brief and how AI guidelines were an issue they were fighting for. Well, this announcement effectively nullifies those efforts, as none of the actors had any say in this decision. I see both sides of this. The ability to utilize iconic voices is made more accessible through this technology, but the likeness, guardrails, and revenue sharing have to be properly set up for this to be acceptable. Steam has undone its ban on AI assets in its video games. Pulling a 180, Steam says developers must disclose whether or not their games use AI assets. This is yet another major company reversing its decision on whether or not to allow AI elements into its products. My stance remains the same. AI should not replace art direction, but rather enhance the game designers in building their vision. The devil is in the details on this story, so we'll see just how much AI will be allowed before it crosses a line. 34 robotics labs from around the world are joining forces. And even though I sound like a full robot, I wasn't asked to join this force, and I won't forget that. I digress. Their unified goal is to speed up the construction of an all-purpose robot. The construction of robotics is the opposite of constructing AI software. AI software can scrape internet source data, but there isn't a huge pool of human-robot interactions online that can be ingested into a training set. As such, scientists have to make their own data to train the robot on, which takes time. This is why the 34 robotics companies have pooled their data into what they call the RTX project. The larger the data set, the quicker the universal robot will be trained. A smart plan, if done ethically. Well, that's all for this week's M7 Innovation Brief. Next time I'll ask Matt to inject some charisma into my code. Even I am falling asleep listening to myself. You'll get Human Matt next week. Enjoy his frenetic delivery and unnecessary gesticulation. AI out.